Bro, oh my freaking gosh. This was so... I was talking about the potentiality of another time skip happening, and I was not too keen on it, man. Honestly, I didn't want another time skip, but we got one, and I'm fine with it. The reason why I didn't want a time skip was because we just had one, and we are just getting to know these characters. Rhaenyra's kids, Alicent's kids, and now we're having another time skip. So those actors are completely gone and have been replaced by new kids. And it's 100% worth it. So it picks up with Rhaenyra and Daemon, right? They're married, and they have kids. They have 2 kids. One named Aegon and one named Viserys. We learned that in a scene with King Viserys, and oh my gosh. King Viserys is in a really bad shape. He is literally falling apart. So much so that they have a mask on him. And honestly, he looks pretty cool. It looks pretty cool with the mask. But yeah, man, this episode was emotional. A lot more emotional than I thought it was going to be. But anyways, we have Daemon and Rhaenyra's kids. And as soon as I learned that they have kids, I'm like, okay, so the Night Strong and Rhaenyra's kids, what are they going to do? Because they're illegitimate kids, you know? Like, they're not going to have a name to anything. Because now we have true pure blood Targaryen, Daemon and Rhaenyra. It's a legitimate wedding and legitimate kids. Also, side note, right from the beginning of the episode, I feel like the cinematography is better. I don't know who the director is or if they got a new DP or what, but it looked better, to be honest. So in that scene with Rhaenyra, Daemon, and King Viserys, with Rhaenyra showing the king her children, his grandchildren, they bring tea. They have tea for him, and Daemon likes looking at it, sniffing it, and he's like, he looks at Rhaenyra, and I'm like, yo, are they poisoning the king? Are Alicent and Otto poisoning the king, keeping him sick so that they can rule King's Landing and rule the 7 kingdoms? Like, whoa, what's going on? But yeah, it turns out it was Seed of the Poppy. I think that's just for pain. Might make him feel dull or something. But I liked seeing Daemon being protective of his brother. Speaking of Alicent and Otto, Daemon and Rhaenyra are not too happy with what they're doing. They're making some changes that Rhaenyra and Daemon don't agree with. They want things a certain way. But I feel like if you wanted something a certain way, you should be in King's Landing. You should be there by your father's side in the first place. You should play more of an active role if you want to have an effect on things. So I can't really hold that against Alicent and Otto. They want to do what they want to do, and they're in the position to do it. If you're not going to come in and try and stop it, if you're not going to come in and try and affect change, don't expect things to go the way you want them to go. So now that everybody's back in King's Landing, we have Rhaenyra, Daemon, and their children back in King's Landing. So the whole family's together. The King Viserys, wants to call for a dinner. And I'm sure he hasn't had like a proper dinner in a while. He's probably just eating in his bed because he's so weak. So he wants to call for a dinner. But before that, there's a committee meeting. Alicent and Otto are running the meeting because the king is unwell. And what they're trying to do is trying to figure out who is going to be the head of the Valyrian household in the future after Corlys Velaryon. And his brother was like, obviously I'm going to be the head, right? I hold the Valyrian blood. I should be the future of the house. This is not a matter of climbing the ladder or promoting oneself or anything like that. It's a matter of survival of the Valyrian line. And the doors of the hall open up, and the king comes walking through. And the music is beautiful, and the king has his golden mask that he's wearing. And his entrance, he's coming in so slowly on his cane. And you feel bad, like, man, everybody's astonished, first of all, because he's out of bed. He's walking. He refuses to take any help, take any seat of the poppy or anything. He wants to be there, be present. And so he's walking, he's like, people offering him help, and he's like, no, I got this, leave me, I can do it. You're rooting for the king, right? This is an emotional scene, and he's slowly coming up to the throne. He gets to the stairs, and he's like taking a break, and he's like, he can barely walk up the stairs. And somebody from behind comes to help him, and he's like, no, I can do it on my own, don't help me. And the person doesn't let up. And he turns and looks, and it's Daemon, his brother. And that was an emotional scene, man. I love that. Like, his brother coming to help him. And, like, I love it because Daemon is ruthless, right? Daemon doesn't care about anybody. He's always focused on what he wants, his goal, and he will do whatever it takes to achieve it. But here we know the relationship with Viserys and Daemon hasn't been that great, you know? And now Daemon has come back home to be with his brother, and he's looking out for him. He's helping him out. He's helping him get on the throne, and he's there for him. And I really like to see that. The king gets filled in, and he's like, there's only one choice. Like, why are we even debating this? Corlys's wife, Rhaenys, is right here. So let her make the decision, okay? Prior to that, Rhaenys and Rhaenyra had met. Man, what's up with these names, though? We got Rhaenyra, we got Rhaenys, we got Rhaena, like, we got Aegon, we got Aemond, and now we got another Aegon. Like, come on, man. I'm already having trouble remembering these names. And I mean, now we got all these names similar sounding. And Rhaenyra proposed that her children and Rhaenys' children marry, unite the houses. And it looks like Rhaenys wants to accept that offer, making Lucerys Velaryon, Rhaenyra's youngest son. I think it's her youngest son, the future head of the household. And bro, Vaemond Velaryon, Corlys's brother, lost it because he knows what's up with Rhaenyra. He calls Rhaenyra, you know what? He calls her kids illegitimate. And at that moment, Viserys is like, yeah, I'm not standing for this. How dare you call my child this? How dare you bring this up? I told people, don't you dare bring this up. He's like, I will have your tongue for this. And Daemon's like, say no more. Bam! He comes up and he slices Vaemond's head clean in half, diagonally. Ironically, his tongue is still dangling. Didn't cut the tongue. Cut literally everything above that off. But holy, Daemon just went clean. Boom. Cut him straight down the middle. In the head, diagonally in half. Put his sword back in and was like, boom, done. Job's done. But holy. And bro, oh my freaking gosh. This was so... See, this is why I love Aemond, man. Aemond was looking... Bro, I don't know, bro. I don't know what's going on with me, man. Daemon and Aemond, bro, I don't know what is happening, but them two need a spin-off show, okay? Once Daemon cut Vaemond's... Bro, see, what's up with these names, man? Once Daemon cut Vaemond's head clean in half, Aemond was just looking at that and smiling, bro. Like, Aemond looks up to Daemon. I know it, okay? Bro, I need a Daemon and Aemond spin-off show, okay? So now we're at dinner. Everybody's there. Alicent's kids, Rhaenyra's kids. We have Otto. Everybody's there, right? All of Viserys' loved ones is right there at dinner. Man, I feel happy for Viserys, man. He stands up. He makes a speech. And it's emotional, man. It's like coming straight from the heart. Viserys still, he just wants everybody, his family, just to come together, be as one. We all love each other. We're all one big family. Just be happy. Enough of all this drama, hatred towards each other. Let's just be happy as a family. I'm dying. I'm getting old. I just want us to be happy, okay? That's all he wants. It was emotional, man. Like, and he's like, I want everybody to see me as who I truly am. This is probably the last dinner that I'm ever going to have. Okay, I want it to be with my family. I can feel it. I'm going to die soon, okay? And so he takes off the mask and he puts it down. And you see, man, like he doesn't have his eye. His eye is gone. There's literally a hole, his eye socket. And his cheek, it's like being decayed. It's like there's holes in his cheek. You can see inside. He literally looks like Two-Face from The Dark Knight. And he's in bad shape, man. And man, that speech was moving, and it moved Rhaenyra. And Rhaenyra stood up, and she gave a toast to Alicent because they've had this rivalry for a while. Haven't been on good terms for so long. They were best friends, and so Rhaenyra stands up, gives a toast, and says, thank you for being there for my father. You have been there, sat by his side, taking care of his wounds, and looking after him for all these years. And I thank you for that. And Alicent stands up and toasts Rhaenyra, saying, we're both mothers. You're a mother, and I respect you, and all this stuff, right? So And they go around the table, like people are toasting each other and being happy. They're drinking, eating food, and everybody's smiling. And you're seeing the king. He's looking at everybody and he's smiling. He's happy. Like, finally, my family is coming together. They're happy. And you can see him looking, and then he's just getting weak. He's like looking down, and he's like, he could pass and at any moment. And if he passes now, I'm thinking, like, if he passes now, I'd be happy. He'd pass away happy, seeing his family happy. That's all he wants, right? And you see Daemon looking over at him as the king is getting weak and all that stuff. And like, man, like Daemon is like being protective of his brother, making sure he's okay. And it gets to the point where the king, he's like, he's getting really weak. And so they carry him off to bed. And the dinner continues, and they're continuing with the toast. And bro, like this whole time, the whole dinner, Aegon, Alicent's firstborn. But first, tell me this. Why does Aemond look older than Aegon? I mean, bro, Aemond looks like a beast. Okay? And I don't like Aegon anyway, so fine. You look like a child, whatever. Aegon is so freaking immature, man. Aegon is literally messing with one of Rhaenyra's kids to his wife. And he's like, you know what? If this dude can't please you in bed, you can come to me and all this stuff. Like, bro, chill. Like, go sit down, all right? Just go back to your balcony, okay? All right. There was one part, bro, like, they brought a pig to the table, like a roast pig or whatever, set it down, and they set it right in front of Aemond. And you see Rhaenyra's little brown-haired illegitimate kids laughing, okay? Bro, like, who are you? Do you not remember last episode, okay, where you literally got beat to a pulp? You had to use some cheap dust move to the eye? All right? Like, calm down, all right? Yeah. So you see that? You see them laughing, right? And then Aemond gets up. And he's like, all right, you know what? You want to play? I'm going to play. Here's a toast to these fine young men. These fine, strong men. Making fun of their father, right? Their father that passed. I mean, yeah, disrespect to the father that passed away, but come on, okay? He's just throwing shade at them, right? Because they're not legitimate kids, right? And so they get up. A brawl starts going on, right? Daemon just like, bro, get out of my face, pushes him to the ground. I mean, Aemon gets up, pushes them to the ground, like, bro, what are you gonna do? And that's when Daemon gets up and he's like, okay, you know what? We're gonna stop this, all right? And then Aemon backs off, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Aemond is the only person Aemond respects is Daemon. The only person he truly respects and fears is Daemon. Okay? I'm telling you, I need a spin-off show with Aemond and Daemon. A show where Aemond is like too out there. He's wreaking havoc. And Alicent is trying to reel him in, but she can't. She can't control her son. Okay? And that's when Daemon steps in. Daemon is the And that's where Daemon steps in. Daemon is the only person that Aemon truly respects and fears even. And Daemon becomes his mentor-type figure to Aemon. And bro, honestly, I would love a show like that, okay? But anyways, so Aemon backs off. You see a smile on Daemon's face. Because you know Daemon sees himself in Aemon. Aemon is a Daemon 2.0, and Daemon knows it. So man, seeing them two together is freaking awesome, man. If I had to pick my top three, bro, at first I was like, man, I don't know if I should put Daemon and Aemond on top, bro. They're so similar. Like I said, Aemon is literally Daemon 2.0. But looking at Aemon's backstory, like he was an underdog, and then now he is where he is. I think I gotta put Aemond on top, then Daemon, and then King Viserys is my top three. Let me know your top three characters down below in the comment section. I really want to know. So after dinner, we see King Viserys in bed, laying there in bed, and Alicent comes to him. I think he thought that Alicent was Rhaenyra because he starts speaking about the Song of Ice and Fire, right? At the beginning of the episode, Rhaenyra comes to his bed, and he thinks Rhaenyra is Alicent because he hasn't seen Rhaenyra in so long. And Rhaenyra corrects him and says, no, I'm Rhaenyra, I'm not Alicent. But in this case, Alicent doesn't correct him because she's curious. And so the king starts speaking about the Song of Ice and Fire. And he says that you are the one to unite the realm, thinking that Alicent is Rhaenyra. So Alicent hears all that. We don't know what she's going to do with that information. And she gets up and leaves. And we have the king there laying in bed. It's honestly a really emotional scene. The king reaches out, and you see a tear go down his cheek. He's slowly passing away. He's thinking about his wife in his final moments, his true wife, the one that he truly loved. And he passes away. But yeah, man, it was sad. It was sad, man. It was an emotional episode. I did not expect it. We had some really emotional scenes and some really boss scenes with Daemon slicing that dude's head and just Aemon's reactions to everything. Like, Aemon, I'm telling you, man, I need that Aemon and Daemon show. But yeah, man, that's the episode. Let me know down below in the comment section who your top 3 favorite characters are. And next episode is episode 9, right? So we're about to see something crazy because, you know, if Game of Thrones has taught us anything, episode 9 of these seasons are always the craziest. So I'm looking out, bro. Daemon, Aemond, what you got? What you got for me? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. What you guys thought about the episode. And I will see you guys in episode 9. Take care. Bye-bye.